I had to I had to join from my phone today, but I hope that you can hear this from Suno. This is my song. Hope you can hear it. I don't like when my stuff is not together. Um, so with with the cell phone, with I hope that you can hear it. And I have to wait for someone to join me so they can tell me if they hear it or not. Um, participants. So many more participants so far. So I'll just talk a little bit. I'm recording. I had to join today from my phone. I I don't know what's going on. Every some months I have every few months I have to take my Zoom account off and put it back on my computer for whatever reason. I don't know. There's some reason that keeps me from joining, but I can join fine from my phone. So in the meantime, we are going to join from the phone. And I'm waiting for someone to join so that I can see whether they can hear my Suno or not. I created a song. Since I don't have the paid version of Suno anymore, I am going to what a way that I can share the music with people is that I can use it as with the notebook, start the what is it? The Google Notebook. So I'll make a series of stories and I'll put songs behind them. So this song is about 4 minutes, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. So the story's gonna have to be at least 4 minutes and 2 seconds. So they will only give you 10 pages per iteration. So I'm hoping that people come and talk about today what's moving the needle. So Center School with the Media will change. It's a small group right now. There's enough people who are doing things for beginners. If people want beginning things, they can contact me and I will do that. But as far as classes are concerned, um, we will plan something to the nth degree, but we will not execute. We will. For many of us, we need to make music. We need to make money from what we're doing. We spend a lot of time online, and we need to make money from what we are doing. So I can show you how to publish a book. I can show you how to do a lot of things. And so we want to take that information, whether it's me or it's someone else who knows something. Like, for example, April Hicks, you follow her. She's on TikTok as Black Gypsy. She talked about affiliate marketing. Well, a bunch of us are affiliates to a lot of different programs, but we are not making money with the affiliates. We are not using it properly. So she found a way to show me how to not have to post a whole bunch of times because I'm recovering from a TIA. I need to use the same imagery, everything the same across the board, right? So that I'm not making myself tired. Um, and so this is just going to different versions of the same song. So the one way for me to do that is to offer videos, videos for people to watch while they may be in a situation where they have to work and what have you, and they can't uh, participate on the Sunday call. And it'll be Sunday school with the Mia and execution lab. I think that's important this year as we start 2026 and we talk about the things that we want to do and be in 2026. Oh, okay. Um, Execution is one of those things. Execution should be one of those things that a money making activity that we do every day. Like we should ask ChatGPT based on what you know of me, based on the tools and things that I build me a schedule that works with my brain. Because I have friends who are excellent at planning. They're excellent at when they do execute, they're excellent at execution, but they have more planning than they do execution. So what I want to say is that if you do it one time, you can do it 20 times. So Shaka Wanda is joining. So I'm gonna ask her if she can hear the music. Wanda, hey, can you hear the music?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off because I'll put later. I'll drop the music in the I'll drop the lyrics to the song in the chat. So if people want to, we work the song or whatever, or listen to it at their own, they can.
So
Mhm.
how are you like is it close to your device? I don't know.
Lord, child, listen. Okay,
Don't worry about it. But
so if I had my iPad and my phone, then I could do it. I could just like swipe it over to my iPad, to my
understand. Yeah.
phone, or vice versa. Well, since
Mhm.
I'm not doing that, I
Yeah.
can't do that. I have to do it the long way, the old way.
Yeah.
And so when I pull the chat GPT up, I will pull it up from my cell phone and I have to send it that way.
Yes.
But so today I was just telling those who joined prior to, um, I was talking about the song and I was talking about a bunch of us, we are planners through and through. But there's that execution piece, that piece that brings money into the household. For many of us, we're trying to leave those jobs and we're trying to leave different things. So we need to be able to make money from this thing. And I know Wanda has started making money, although much to her um, resistance before, she has put her music out and people are purchasing her music
Yeah.
directly from her. So she's making
Directly
money.
from that. That's what I chose to do
Mm-hmm.
versus DistroKid. But let me go. You let me know when I should. Because you're
Go ahead, go
recording.
ahead.
You're recording.
I'm recording. I'm recording.
Okay. I'll follow your lead so I'm not talking over.
Well, we
I'll wait.
can do so you can do a whole thing, a whole video on music, right?
Oh,
Like
okay.
you can it can be oh, you can do one-on-one video. You can do
Mhm.
step one of your process, right?
Yes. You know, I'm doing the whole step one, two, three.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm really doing that because, yeah, because
Because
of what I learned. But
that you can send your people to listen to that. You can use it anywhere. It'll be on our
yeah,
platform, but you can use it anywhere, right?
right.
So this
Mhm.
is building authority and building something for your audience, right?
Right,
So I tell everybody, if I have a platform, you have a platform. I want you to
right.
flush it out over here.
Mhm.
Okay?
That's great because in the past, whenever I had a vision of desiring to do something over the years,
Mm-hmm.
that was I would touch base with a small group of people to say, hey, I want to do a presentation or I want to try out this or that. Like sound like lake therapy when
Mm-hmm.
that came about. When
Mm-hmm.
I love being near the lake and being out. And then when I was taking my sound bowls, and I just love how it felt for myself. And,
Mm-hmm.
I often thought, don't nobody else want to, be in the park with me, whatever. But there was such tranquility. I had such a pressing on my spirit to invite people to join me because I could see what was happening. So
Mm-hmm.
I was able to practice first with one person.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually recorded her feedback. It gave me a chance to see how my bowls would be set up,
Mm-hmm.
how the flow of it, the feel of it, and then ask them. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the practice. And I realized in hindsight that with mostly everything that I wanted to do outside of what I was doing traditional 9 to 5 or whatever, and I had a desire to do, and I would encourage other people to do it too. Do it with the one or two people
Mm-hmm.
that can say, yes, I'll be an audience.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that will
then,
give you feedback, honest
mhm,
feedback. That's important.
mhm,
Because just because it makes sense to us don't mean it makes sense to other people, right?
right.
So
Mhm.
you want something where that people will give you honest feedback. So, I tell people in the beginning, before you get an audience, if you don't have an audience, if people don't pay you with coins or real money, they pay you with their feedback. They pay you with
Yeah.
their testimonials and things like that.
And then I use Jot Form to follow up to get reviews. Then I can assess it and know where to tweak,
Mm-hmm. I
and
like
then
that.
bring it out, a little better, a
Mm-hmm.
little bigger, a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But I will have to say, I am one of those that I think about, yes, all of these things are out here to learn and easily to read about and go through. But before stepping into that, and this is what I have to do for myself and suggest, how am I wired? Okay. What I mean is, let's just take the surface. Some of
Mm-hmm.
us are introverts, extroverts, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
there's even a further breakdown from that. Are you,
No.
are you one who will be able to take and manifest real quickly? You are operating from your natural way of being.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, because the way they're made, they can get exhausted if we're all
Mm-hmm.
following the same pattern. I think it's important to understand what your divine energetic pattern is. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
choosing words because that can be universal. There are systems
Mm-hmm.
out there that can
Seven five
assess
seven seven two eight nine
self-assessment.
four three
You got the
zero.
traditional systems of the world.
Mm-hmm.
What
Am I able
Briars,
to pay a bill
Myers
here? This bill?
Briggs,
Uh-oh.
and all of those things. And then you have
Yeah,
some systems that are more spiritual. You have
Mm-hmm.
I know
astrology,
because I'm
and
right
you
here.
can,
That's why I'm
okay.
asking. Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. The caller. The caller. We can hear everything you're talking about. Go ahead, Wanda.
Um, so it is understanding your personality type of way that you flow that
Mm-hmm.
fits best for you, right?
Right.
Because you can
Mm-hmm.
be one who gets burned out. We're all excited. And
Mm-hmm.
birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a high vibrational, high speed, turbo type of personality and you rocking it and you putting it out there, but you're the total opposite than that, you can still reach the finish line. You have to understand
Mm-hmm.
what works best for you reaching the finish line.
Exactly. And that's why I said too to go to Chat GPT or whatever tool you use and say, based on what you have done with me so far, based on how my brain works, based on like my chat knows that I'm recovering. I'm a single parent and the things that I've felt, right? So
Right,
I said take that into consideration and make me a a schedule, so it takes
right,
in my need to that I got 3 hours worth of work in me. So
right.
we're gonna do our money making stuff at the beginning, right?
Mhm.
Where I have the most energy.
Right.
And then as I start winding down, that's when I do more of my admin stuff. But it's
Right.
important, like you said, is to find out how you work and how you're wired. Because
Yeah.
let me tell you, in the beginning, I was everywhere. I was all over the place because everything was shiny and new, right? And I had to slow down and I had to learn what am I more suited towards, right? I like the art, but art is not my baby. You know, connecting with people is my baby, right? So learning that and telling the truth to yourself about yourself, because just because someone else did it, their level of brokenness is not cannot be the same, right? I can say I'm broke. I mean, I have -$5,
Right.
and someone else will say, "Oh, I'm broke. I have less than 50,000 in the bank." Right?
Exactly.
They're both broke, but two different realities, right?
Well, I like to change the word from broke because
Mm-hmm,
words are powerful. At this present time, where
mm-hmm,
resources are at a
mm-hmm.
place that I would prefer to be somewhere else. So that's my
Right.
definition of broke. You know,
Mm-hmm,
our words and how we're processing also impacts what we're able to manifest.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's true. Hmm. So let's recap for those who just joined. I think Diana joined, Nicola joined. Who else? I think it's where was on the call. So Diana and Nicola had joined. And we were just recapping and we were talking about finding out how you're built and working according to how you built. You know, we talk about we plan. We are great planners. Me, Diane, we all have talked about this. But what's pushing the needle forward? What puts money in our pocket? Now, Nicole could sit somewhere and in 5 minutes she got 5 clients. I've never not say I've seen her do it, right? And so how she works is different than how I work, right? That's not my vibe, right? So learning how to at this season of our lives, remember last year we talked about putting a name to what it was that we were going to be in 2026. So in 2026, I'm a paid speaker in 2026. So those people who don't pay us in coins, they pay us in testimonials, they pay us in feedback for our things we build and things like that so that we can grow and scale because you know I want to see us all win. I want to call everybody and say, hey, meet me at the airport, we want to have lunch in Paris. But I don't
That's
want to hear
right.
nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about them kids. I don't want to hear nothing about that man. I don't want to hear nothing. But okay. So um finding out how you're wired and
Yeah.
work that way. So now it doesn't change to say what we need to work on is how we are working, right? For example, April Hicks, which is Black Gypsy on Facebook. Oh, not Facebook, but TikTok. Please follow her. Y'all follow each other. She showed me a way that I can grow my followership and post my affiliates without burning out, which is important to me because I can't be everywhere. I can't do all the trends. I have to have one offer, one place, and we move like that, right? So I said, "Oh, April," she told me about Pinterest. I said, "April, we need a whole class about Pinterest and about affiliate marketing because a lot of us are affiliates and we are not making money."
Right.
And I was like, oh snap, you need to make a class. So I need to check with her and see if she did. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna record a class and she's gonna do like you. Step one is this, step two, step three, step four. Because I want all of us to win. I want
Right.
those of us who wanting to leave our jobs to leave our jobs. I want those of us who just want more money. Because I want to work half the year and the next half of the year is chill out. I don't know about
Yeah.
nobody else. Because we're too old to be worker bees.
Yeah.
we deserve to be chilling out. We don't need to be working bees.
Well, we have to retrain ourselves as well and give an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to reroute,
Mm-hmm.
rest, restore, reroute, rest,
Mm-hmm.
restore, reroute. Because
Mm-hmm.
the excitement, first of all, the whole AI thing is just an expansively exciting opportunity, as I have learned to see AI as an assistant, right? You got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
controversy out there. All industries are being impacted. But me as a healer, being able to take words that wrote years ago and now transmute that into music that is healing, designed to help with the nervous system. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I see it. I may
Mm-hmm.
now take the music and I give it away, but that has I given little single, link to a song here or there. And now like people are playing it while they work.
Mm-hmm.
A massage therapist friend of mine said, I played it when I was doing played your album when I was doing I was working on a client because I
Mm-hmm.
had gifted her the link to the album. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't give everybody. I had about maybe almost 10 people that I gifted the link. See
Mm-hmm.
how this works for you. See how it sounds. And I have
Mm-hmm.
a stylist friend. He's going to play it for his clients.
Mm-hmm.
So our therapist played it for her client, and the client loved it. It turned out to be exactly 60 minutes. Now I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
with her about engineering, really specifically engineering
Right. A
a custom
playlist for
song.
her.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
yeah,
Right. And so
yeah.
how the more you help people, the more you help yourself. The
Mm-hmm.
more you get, the bigger you get. The more you help other people, the more you plant a seed into the lives of other people, the
Yeah.
more you will grow.
My
You and
chat
I talked about that, huh?
Yeah. When you said earlier that your chat GPT understands what your role is, what you're trying to do. My chat GPT, because of my own personal journey of mental wellness, because I don't choose the word mental illness, I choose the
Mm-hmm.
word mental wellness. My
Mm-hmm.
mental wellness needed to be balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So it understood that I was working on my nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And it always reverted back. Don't worry about sales. The
That's
number
right.
one thing is to construct and create your music to heal.
Mm-hmm.
It kept bringing me back. No, remember, we're trying to do this. And what happened December 21st, after, and I was in a space of working on my mental wellness and I was becoming more clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Having done what I needed to do with my doctor and all these things, and I was beginning to feel clear. So I remembered from your one of your presentations about, hey, y'all got all these images. Do you know if you calculate how much each image is and how much you're sitting on the table with? I realized I said, oh, I got the same thing going on, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
drawn to the music. So I already had created 100 songs. Why I
Mm-hmm.
created 100 songs was not to create 100 songs to sell. That was my personal healing journey. Once I
Mm-hmm.
learned about how to use Suno every night, I was journaling or going to my inventory of writings from since 2000, early 2000s, and very, it felt very healing to, at the end of the day, to pick
Mm-hmm.
one of those poems and create a
Mm-hmm.
song, and the way it was coming back and it was tweaking it, and it was soothing and comforting. Next thing you
Mm-hmm.
know, I have 100 songs about
Mm-hmm.
just everyday life and scenarios, and I still have more songs to create. So
Mm-hmm.
I was in a clear space, and I said, you know what? I have my songs in private anyway, and I put them in playlists. And
Mm-hmm.
something said, you know what? I wonder if I could take that link and put it on Beacons, since I learned
Mm-hmm.
how to work with Beacons over
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it in Beacons as a download what you said, digital,
Mm-hmm.
and I uploaded a cover and tested it. So that took 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Only after several months. Several months I had to get clear. And then I took 5 minutes, and December 21st, by the next day, I was making some money. I made money in cash first because I was sharing it with a friend. And she said, I'll buy here. Here's $5. I want it. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Because I
So
had
think that's
scammed.
just one song, so like one song, right? Say one
No,
song is
that was,
that was for
yeah,
the
that was the
album.
whole album. Yeah. I did a
Okay.
special where it was $5 for until the
Mm-hmm.
31st, from December 21st to the 31st. And I said, I'm gonna just do $5. It's 20 songs, and it's 60 minutes. And this title is Unbreakable. And
Mm-hmm.
it's based on my personal journey of overcoming, transcending, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm cooking, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So she I showed it to her, or she listened to it. And this is someone who's not into she's my 80-year-old sister friend that's like a mentor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's real, young in spirit. And she don't get into technology and all this stuff. I needed to share with her the music very simply and explain
Mm-hmm.
to her that I use my own words. And she said, so who are the voices? I said, that's where the system will engineer that, or you can
Mm-hmm.
customize it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, so she just sat and we had a listening party, just her and I. I was chilling.
Mm-hmm.
We had a glass of wine, a listening party. And
Mm-hmm.
to support, she said, hey, I got $5 here because she ain't online, but she bought
Mm-hmm.
it. That was my
That's right.
first sale. And then
Mm-hmm.
I went on my platforms, Facebook. I have a couple of platforms. And I said, you know what? Oh, my cover photo is of me, in like a belly dance outfit with gold, and I had gold roses, and one of the pictures was handing a rose to you. So I
Mm-hmm.
posted it and I said, over the next few days, I'm going to just in gratitude hand roses to people. So I then tagged people in the comments and
Mm-hmm.
said, hey, sister, I wanted to hand this rose to you because I've known you for 10 years and I've never met you. And the reason why I'm doing this because you've held space for me. And as a matter of fact, this song reminds me of you. So I started posting little individual songs, to each
Mm-hmm.
person. Oh my God, thank you so much. And then they had the link. And then
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, if you like this, think of one or two other people who might enjoy this vibration, my healing music. And
Mm-hmm.
there you go. Next thing you know, I think if I look now, I think I made probably about $30 so far. And what I noticed is beacons only took 45 cents. Now,
Okay.
we know that yes, you can go to the streaming houses like DistroKid and United Masters. I
Mm-hmm.
have already tested out with just one song the process of getting it out to multiple platforms through DistroKid.
Mm-hmm.
I only invested in the yearly plan. I didn't put any extras on it at all. I just wanted to understand how it works. When I
Mm-hmm.
uploaded my one song called Slow Motion, and I used one of my baby AIs as the cover, and I put it in there, and no matter days, I'm getting emails that is, oh, now it's on Apple, now it's on this and that, da, 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 da. Now I
Mm-hmm.
understand how it works, and you can go in there and see how much if you make anything. Um, it's based on volume, and you got
Mm-hmm.
to continuously market it. But I have a sister friend that went and put a whole album up, and next thing you know, I don't know what the time frame was from the time she put the album up till she made $85 on one song of her album.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
motivated her. Will I go to DistroKid and upload my? I sure will. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting direct right now
Mm-hmm.
for only 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
It may not seem like a lot, but the more and more I share it directly,
Yes.
I'm getting that versus the DistroKid. We know that's sometimes dependent. It's a numbers game. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I will upload it there in the right when I feel
When the
led to
morning
do
time
it.
is right. Yeah.
Yes, because I'm the excitement of all of this, right? along with what we're dealing with in our times, a lot of people are coming to this world of digital and AI. They need it's the energy of survival. And
Mhm.
there are a lot of people that need some money like right now.
Like
And
right
maybe
now.
their personality is able to flip it over. But there's many of us is it we get exhausted. We
Hmm.
get exhausted quick. And
Hmm.
I'm one of those. I get overwhelmed and I'm up all night and I love the creativity, but I ain't making no money. So I had to pull back.
Yes.
So I go into the groups so my process now is to really learn the tools I'm working with. I only use ChatGPT, I use Dreamface for the animation, and I use InShot to put the editing. I
Mm-hmm.
know there are others out there. I've checked them out, but because I've also had to cancel a lot of subscriptions because
Mm-hmm.
I went from one shiny thing to the next.
Mm-hmm. You're
Relax.
right. And
It
so
ain't going nowhere.
in this season, we're having to redirect our funds because we are resetting, we redefining what's real. Cause like I think me and you talked about was doing business as your 50 something or 60 something self versus your 20 something self.
Yes.
Right? We are trying to
Yes.
follow the footsteps of 20 somethings when
Yes.
we are in our 50s or
Yeah.
beyond trying to do work based on 20 something. And
Right.
that doesn't work for us. That does not work for us. And just to kind of recap, a lot of you don't know that I am recovering from a stroke. Well, a lot of you may know. But when I looked at everything I had my hands in, I took a break from a lot of stuff, and I said, I cannot continue to go this way. I need to find how to simplify things for myself because I don't want to be burned out. What happens when we do things that we love, then we get burned out? We don't want to do those things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes work. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do them anymore. I know I don't.
When
I,
when you
I
when you
Christopher.
do what you love, you're healing, helping to keep your body healed because when you activate into a space where many of us as creatives, you get into a thing and you get into a zone. Pay attention to how you feel. That you can Google it. Your brain shifts. You go
Mhm.
into alpha, beta, theta, something like that. Anyway, I get into all of that. Because I asked when I started painting on 2020, I said, what is happening when I paint and it's like time stands still? And the creative zone, I've activated the creative zone within me. Well, when you're in that zone, your body releases endorphins, you feel
Mhm.
good, you
That's why
know.
you say, oh, this is better than sex. I can do this no matter,
That's
because
right.
it releases those the same endorphins. Hmm.
Yeah, because it's better than sex. Because I ain't gotta be bothered with him. He get up. I'm sorry. I'm going left. I'm going left. I could just create me an AI man, and for fun. Anyway, getting into the painting, and I realized that I could go for hours. I'm like, what is this? Endorphins being released, brain waves have shifted, and I'm enjoying it. And then it shows up in the product because people want it. And then I'm like, ooh, I don't want to give it up because
Hmm.
I love the process so much. But now that I'm feeling accomplished, now I'm giving paintings away, you know,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
The moment that I made my first $4.55 from, just sharing it, now I'm encouraged. Now, hey, I got the formula now. And
Hmm.
I will put it over in DistroKid because I test drove it. And
Hmm.
I was exciting when I did my one song. And all of a sudden it popped up on TikTok and Instagram. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. I like
Okay.
that.
All right. And
Mhm.
so I want you to do a video, a class. It could be a series of classes. Step one. This is what, I use my poems from 2020 or whatever,
Mhm.
right? And whatever your
Mhm.
process is. And to talk about that process. Because some people, now music is not my forte. I play around with it. It's
Mhm.
not my baby.
Right.
Right. So, like today, I made a song in Suno. It's not my baby, but I have the tools to make it easier, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And because I'm not on a paid level of Suno, because I was on that for like a year and was not using it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I decided I'm going to take the songs that I make and I'm going to combine it with Google Note. What is it? The Google Story Notebook or Storybook, and that way I'm not selling it, but I'm sharing it with people, right? It'll be on the
Yeah.
channel. And so I have one day where I work on, YouTube. I have one day where I work on, because I'm only on three platforms. So you can find my
Right,
stuff on YouTube, Substack, or WAP. I'm still deciding. There, me and
right.
Tina, we've been talking about WAP. I'm still deciding.
What? Oh, I never heard
Um,
of WAP.
yeah, I'll drop a link for that in the chat because WAP, there is a learning curve to WAP, but it's free, right? Tina thinks that it's not really, but so Substack, because I had a school subscription, which was $100. And this is the part of signing up for the new shiny thing, right? I
Right.
signed up for Vonza. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that with schools, you don't own your own people.
What?
You do not own your people. You don't own Vonza, you own your people. It looked like they cloned school, but they gave more features. So you can sell on Vonza, you can have an ebook on Vonza that'll help you write it and the whole nine, and you will can retain your people. But on schools, you do not retain your own people. Um, because let's
Wow.
just say that school goes away. Well, they take your people
Yeah.
too, right?
Oh.
So then you have to rebuild your list. So
um,
I'm looking for platforms that allow you to keep your people, right? So Vonza is one of those. They have a 9.99 or 99.99 platform, but because of the way that Substack is set up, I like Substack. It's free until you start having subscribers.
Right.
So, and then you
Okay.
and I was talking about how on Substack you can do an audio clip.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta be on
India, India,
camera.
India, India Irie does. She's on this journey where she's talking about uh, subject matters or topics that she's downloaded over the years. She might have
Mm-hmm.
put it in a book, notebook, a journaling, whatever. So she will open it up and let's see what she's talking about. It's called the bird box. What's in the bird box today?
Mm-hmm.
And it's strictly audio. She chilling in
Mm-hmm.
her jammies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I
Mm-hmm. Well,
love
we don't
that.
have to be on camera if we don't want to be, right?
Right.
Because that's a whole thing. Like, yeah, they talk about but us for a certain generation, we know that being on camera, we gotta be at least somewhat put together, right? Us of a certain generation. Because we used to get in trouble for leaving the house not put together. So,
Right. It's
but that
important that they just hear you anyway. I feel like people lean in more when they hear audio. They're paying
yes.
attention more.
They're paying attention. They're not distracted by how your hair done today, what kind of makeup you got, or whatever. Right?
Mhm.
You are they're strictly listening to what you have to say. So I think that I'm gonna use Substack. But that meant I had let a lot of my subscriptions go. A lot of my school subscriptions go. There's a lot of groups that I was in that was paying $10 here, $5 there, $2 there. It adds up, right? And it's that everybody has great products, but I can't be everywhere at one time.
Mhm.
And so, and that's not what my alignment is. We talked about, Friday at DCT's meeting, we talked about alignment. Well, alignment means sometimes your alignment changes because I came into the community, my alignment was one thing. And now, having gone through this heart attack and CIA, my alignment has changed. So
Right.
it's okay that your alignment changes. And that's why I'm saying stop doing business as your 20-year-old self. Do business as your 50 some, however, whatever age you are. Do business as that version of yourself because you learned a little bit about life. You know what the
Yeah.
old folks say, keep on living. Well, keep on,
Right.
you keep on living, but the reason why people over a certain age do really well with AI is their learned experience. They're
Right.
living. They're, we would do it a lot. And so that is how we're able to navigate this AI space.
Right.
It's not because though I'm not gonna say we don't have any special powers, but our special power is life. We
Right.
have gone through enough life to figure out what works and what does not work, right?
Right.
And so I want everybody. So I know Nicola is on here. She talks about here. We talked about how she likes to make I don't know if she likes to make websites, but she can make them like nobody's business. She gets
Mhm.
clients very easily, right? So we're trying to find out what is our superpower. And with that superpower, that's where our genius is. That's where our money is. That's what those of us who make images. We have 11,000 million images, right? What are we doing with these images? Now, when we get on here and we talk about different things, now I be thinking Nicola and Diana don't be having nothing going on. And Tina, I get on Facebook, or not Facebook, but TikTok, and I see some of the videos. I'm like, those images are fire. So,
Mhm.
but I know what it's like to be good at something,
Mhm.
but that's not our thing.
Right.
Like I'm good at making images, but images are not my thing. Or my thing is I don't want to be the worker bee. I connect people, but I want to build things for people to use. And
Yeah.
this year, that's in my for-profit business, I will be leaning towards that. That and public speaking, being paid to speak, being paid to be me.
Yeah.
We all have that. Being paid to be us,
Yeah. Being paid to be you.
right? And so whatever
Mhm.
that is, whether it's T's very good at music too. Um, she makes a lot of music and she has listening parties and things like that. So your brand of music and her brand of music might be totally different. Who knows?
Mhm.
Or the impetus behind it will be different. But we all have something that the world needs and is getting paid to be us talking about who we are, what we do. Um, so to kind of catch you guys up, I'm actually going to be changing Sunday school with Demia. So since such a small group anyway, it's the same people. We're going to just move it up. So execution, so it'll be Sunday school with Demia and execution hub, because many of us are affiliates or we're doing things, but they're not moving the needle. We're not making money. Now, Wanda just talked about how she has started making money from her music. Now, I know she makes money from her music. And I want us to start thinking in terms of doing money making things first, right? You talk to Chatty, y'all come to have a come to Jesus meeting, and y'all talk about how, given what you've done already, given how you work, given how your brain works, make a schedule for you to prioritize money making activities first. Not to say that the admin part is not, because see, that's important too. But what I'm trying to get to the point is that I pay someone for that. Because
Mhm.
many of us, single women, single parents, whatever, we will have to pay for the support and care that we need.
Mhm.
Period. That's what this experience has shown me. People were excited that my parents were here with my daughter. It was like I was here by myself. And they meant well. I know they meant well. I realized that whatever I need, I have to pay for it. So if that means I pay for having an aide here, or I pay for someone to kind of put stuff together, or I pay for someone to drive me around, that's what I need to do. We so my platform has changed a little bit. My platform has changed to working with women who are TIA survivors, heart attack survivors. In fact, I finished my ebook. If you have Kindle, it's free. I think it's either free or $9.99. The ebook, or you can get a physical copy of the workbook, um, which I am doing pre-sales right for. I think that's the format I'm going to use is the pre-sales now, because that way I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to worry about how many people bought the book. I know how many people bought the book. So aside from me, I may end up doing it where the post office comes here, pick up the packages and send them out. I don't know. We're playing around with that. But the goal is that I don't gotta be here when that happens. Hey Janice, I don't have to be here. And I want each of you, whatever your strong suit is, to figure out what that is so that you can teach the rest of us what the strong suit is. So that's what I want us to work on. 2026, we're gonna work on being paid to be us. And number two, what's our zone of genius? Like, yeah, we might be good at some things. Most things I do, I'm good at, and I'm gonna just keep it 100. Most things I do, I am good at, but it's at my baby. It's not really my baby. So we want to find out what we're good. Okay, who is that? Who's that? Oh, that's Teeth. Oh, look at the baby. So we want to make sure that we are passing
I am so
along.
sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That we are passing along to each other what
Mute.
our zone of genius is. What is our zone of genius? I know Nicola, we talk about this all the time. Nicola makes websites, she makes GPTs, and she's a GPT queen.
Right.
But that might not be her baby though. But now, because I want for all of us that's on this call,
You
it's
said it
not
right.
your
It's
baby.
not my baby, but I wake up making them. I go to sleep making them, and
Okay.
it's on my mind at all times. And especially if it's something for my grandson, I just created a GPT for me to get in his world, not for him to be in my world. But I need to meet my grandson where he is.
Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? There are other parents who need that as well, right? So, yes, you made something for you and your grandson, but you can make it also, now though
My
that's not
thing
your
is,
baby.
what's the framework?
What's your friend? Okay.
So I'm listening to all of these words, framework, this, that, and the 12. It just comes to me. I can't tell you what my framework is. I can't tell you how I'm working backwards to make it go frontwards and this, that, and the third. I can't tell you that. I can just tell you how to get there. Just like
All right.
I don't understand it. Like if the more complex it is, the better and clearer I can see the ending on how you can make this thing work. But if it's something easy, you can hang it up.
So what we're going to do this year, 2020, 2026, is that, okay, you're not good with the framework part. Get with somebody that's good with frameworks so that you can become, you don't got to be the worker bee. No, we are not going to be the worker bee. I want to call my friends and say, hey, meet me at the airport. Right? That's what I want to say. But if you're a worker bee, you can't leave. You can't do that.
Yes, you can leave. You can take your laptop with you.
No. We're not taking a laptop. We chilling, we relaxing, we doing whatever, right? But I want us to learn how to, cause see, the white boys, and we laugh about the memes, have the audacity of a mediocre white man. the mediocre white men ain't living life. They out here living life. They ain't taking, they might take their laptop with them, but for the most part, they're not.
Now
But
they stressing. They stressing. They
because see, the
stressing.
power changing right now.
They're
But
stressing because they have to show up now and they don't know how.
that's okay. But we gonna take our cue from them because women, we talk ourselves out of more things than into things.
Right.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah, that's right.
I'll talk ourselves in price. We'll say, oh, our price is this. But if you can't do that, let us know. No, no, no. This
Mhm.
is the price.
Right.
And then we'll figure it out. But
Mm-hmm.
so what I'm learning is that you say something, you be quiet. And you wait for the other people to respond. We, whether it's public speaking or whatever it is, 2026, we will not be doing that. So if you got to record yourself doing a class, okay, we'll take that. But everybody's gonna do a class now. I don't know what Nicole gonna do, but she need to give it somebody else. Cause as long as I have a platform, you have a platform. So that means Di, Terry, T, I call it Miss T, Shakawanda, Crystal, Janice, and who's this down here? Zoom, whatever Zoom user, whoever Zoom user is. Y'all gonna have to show up this year for yourself, not for me, but show up for yourself. Because now T, she has the Janice, her and Janice, they have I think they have the Zoom community, school community. All right. But I want to see more. She pushed her music out. But I want to see Crystal. I want to see Janice. I want to see. I want to see Diana and Nicola. I want to see us really pushing our stuff. Now, what I talked to Wanda about is Wanda, and that's Diane Skinner. So Wanda, what I'm doing, I am. If you go to my beacons, I have one thing on my beacons. I have my book. That's it. I want one offer, one place to get my offer, and then I can tell you where to go to do business with me. So whether it's my nonprofit, whether it's my art, or GBTs or apps that I build, I want it to be very simple because I wanted it to be simple for people to give me their money. I don't want people to be confused about how to do business with me because we all know us of a certain age, if it's too many steps, we're gonna click off of it.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah.
We're gonna click right on off of it. So you put one thing up there. It's only one thing for me to click on. Or you send them directly. If you send in an album, think for your album. You send in the album information and the bottom a button that they need to push to pay to check out. And I know Barrington has talked to us about doing email marketing like in that way, selling from our emails that we send out. And I know Wanda talked about doing SMS marketing. Because we was talking about emails one day. She said, well, my people don't really respond to emails. Most people respond to text messages.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to figure out how we can turn what we're already doing into email messaging. If that's where all the people at.
You mean text message?
I mean, text messages. If that's where
Yeah.
all the people at, right?
Well, that's how they're responding. And just so the audience knows, I use that often with my hair salon. Okay, I have a scheduling system. I could do batch emails, right? Then they rolled out with texting, where when you send a message out, it'll go both text and email. Then they made it so that you could do either one. Because let me just say, email, I still struggle with that. You know how many emails I have that I didn't even open? I'm not knocking the email aspect, but I will say this. Got more response with a text. Say, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, maybe prices have changed or whatever. the text box or the inside the scheduler, the text box only takes so many characters. So I'll
Mhm.
say, here's the spring special. Buy two services, get one free. Or you could, someone could prepay package, or they could uh, schedule two appointments and get their third one at a discount. Some people have money up front, some don't. I would get immediately booked 40, 50 appointments. And if there were any other information I needed them to know, I'll say the third line would be check your email for more details. You see?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but I have to pay for the distribution of that. And I got 700 email list that's sitting there to receive whatever I want to send. So
Mhm.
if I say send this message by email and text, then I have to pay for both of
Mhm.
those distributions. Instead, I save money, Jack, just send this as text and I get response right away.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
So most people have their phones. They don't go 2 feet from their phone.
Yeah.
Now I'm like Wanda. I got over 200,000 emails. Some of them are
Okay.
open. Some of them I don't open.
Yeah. You
So I'll be one of the people that you send me an email. I don't open it. So.
Me either. So that's why I get adverse when anyone is teaching. I just won't. But look, there is an app on the side note.
Mhm.
I think it's called is it Fetch? There's one is an app out there that a client told me about. No, it's not Fetch. It's one that looked like a chipmunk. And one day, this was
Oh,
years ago, so the
Mailchimp.
no, it looked like it's one that will you open it up, you don't pay for it. You put
Mhm.
your email list, you put your email in there if you have multiple, and it will quickly batch together so you could just hit one button at a time
Mhm.
and it'll clean up your emails. And I tell you, it's very satisfying. It's very satisfying to
Oh.
hit that button and it'll clean up multiple emails just like that. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, okay. You need to put that in the chat because we need
Yeah.
that right there today.
I'm looking it up now. Hold on. I'm looking it up now.
Cause we need that. Cause boy, I don't even look at my email some days because it's too much. It's too much over there.
Right.
And I just look at the first 2 pages of emails. That's it. If you send something outside the first page, you forget about it.
I'll look it up.
And so I'm trying to simplify my life, and we all should be simplifying our lives. Because now, contrary to popular belief, we should be chilling and relaxing during this time of our life. Even with like my daughter's 10, there's things that she can do that I want her to do. I raised her to have a soft life. But where I messed up is I didn't teach her how to take care of herself. So we are now going through the steps of her learning to take care of herself, right? Because that's important. And whether you use it or not, you need to know how to use it. You need to know how to do it, whether you do so or not. And so today we talking about dishes, how we used to be a dishwasher, not the dishwasher, us. We was a dishwasher.
Yeah, we was a dishwasher.
And so we're going back to that because she gonna be a dishwasher. Cause she told me she cleaned her bowl and I pulled the bowl out of the dishwasher and I said this bowl is not clean because she don't know
Mhm.
how to do it.
Right.
So we gonna get back to some things that we used to get back to. So on my platform, you'll see more talk about TIAs and heart attacks and how we as Black women we dismiss a lot of things. We dismiss a lot of things, and partly because if our natural state is pain, the doctor asking us, "Well, what's new pain?" Don't it doesn't register to us because I don't know what's new pain and what's old pain. See,
Yeah.
that's what happened when I had the heart attack. I didn't know that women experience heart attacks differently than men.
Mm.
the symptoms are can be different. Like women typically don't present with chest pain. Well, I had the chest pain, but the night before I had the jaw and shoulder pain. But I thought it was from my pinched nerve in my neck. It was not. It was a heart attack.
They don't tell you that, but it plays with your stomach as well. In
Your
women.
stomach too. Your stomach too. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so even
And your
with
shoulder blade.
your shoulder,
And a lot of times we think when we just walking up and down the steps, we're short of breath because of that. It's also a part of a heart attack if you don't. What is it? Short of breath on exertion.
There's a
Yeah.
lady. Her name is what's her name? Quiller, something Quiller, right? Doctor something Quiller. She's mostly on Facebook, but she talked about having a heart attack for 2 weeks and didn't know it. I had no
Yeah.
idea she was having
Yeah,
a heart attack.
she was having the signs. I know of a co-worker massage therapist who was having one, and it had to do with her clavicle that
Mm-hmm.
was tracting. It was spasming or something. It was something to do around the neck or the clavicle or something. That was a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And so with TIA, and I was telling Janice, I said I was
What's
mad.
TIA, honey? What's
Well,
TIA?
TIA is it's stroke. It's a stroke basically. So TIA is what is it? Something ischemic attack.
Transemic. eh, Yep.
Yeah, okay.
A trans ischemic attack. So now there's two that you can have. There's one where it's like a warning sign, where it's telling you need to slow down and pay attention. Or
Yeah.
like I had a mid pond stroke. Now they clumped it as TIA, but mid ponds, that's the middle of your brain. It affects different systems in the body. Although I'm not paralyzed, I can't write my name. It looked like a 5-year-old wrote it, or worse than a 5-year-old, right? So I'm dizzy. It deals with dizziness. It deals with balance. It deals with the whole. And because I kept saying, I said, people are acting like a TIA is something to shake a stick at. People die from this every day and nobody knows it. And in fact, a TIA is something you can have and don't know that you had it.
Yep.
Wow.
So he showed me on the scan. Now, this is my third MRI that they found the stroke. See, I thought I had not vitiligo, vertigo. Everybody in the car me thought I had vertigo. Because of the throwing up, because now I'm not a throw up kind of person. I got to be real sick to throw up. So if you ever around me and I start throwing up, that means I'm real sick.
Oh, Lord.
But if now in the car, I threw up in the car twice. So I was walking like I couldn't. I was walking like something was wrong with me. And so we all thought because I was dizzy that I had vertigo. Well, turns out I had the stroke in the car. Because I remember waking up in the car and I was saying to myself, I'm too sleepy. Like I am sleeping more than I should. But I could not keep my eyes open. But that was when I was having the stroke. So they couldn't give me the medicine for the stroke because they couldn't pinpoint when I had the stroke. So, like, if it's within 4 hours of the stroke, they can give you some type of medicine that'll like reverse the symptoms or whatever. Well, they didn't know when I had the stroke because, again, everything when they test me, I test normal for everything. Heart attack, everything. Well, I'm gonna come to that. Like, remember that I test normal for everything. So they had to keep running tests and running tests and running tests in order to find it. They could have sent me home, I could have been sent home and given something for nausea. But third MRI with the contrast, that's how they found it. He showed me on the scan where it was at in my brain. It was white. Like lights out. Nobody was home, basically. And so I was like, oh wow. And even how I even uh talked about that is that I was numb because I'm the only one. I'm the only one that will take care of this child over here. So when you by yourself, the stakes are even higher because, and you ignore more because you don't want to take the time off from work, you don't want to take time away from the child or whatever because you, is you the only one. So thank God I was with other people when it happened. I was in the hospital for an entire week and they wanted me to go to rehab there. I said, well, if they go home and I'm not with them, I'm gonna be here by myself. They want somebody to be with you. I'm gonna be here by myself. So my daughter couldn't stay at the hospital because then it was like that's a whole liability thing. If something happens to you, who's gonna take care of her?
Okay, got it.
So they let me come home, but I haven't been to the doctor since I've been home. So I'm 30 days post stroke. Haven't been to a therapist. Haven't been to no kind of doctor yet.
Why?
Because while I was going, due to their mistake, they put me off Medicaid. That's number one.
Honey, happy
Number
New Year
two,
to you, baby.
no,
What you
no,
got
no,
going
no.
on? You gonna
I'm
do
back on Medicaid. They put me back on Medicaid. But remember, this is the holiday season. 2 weeks before Christmas, that's when people go on vacation. Don't nobody was calling me back. I was saying, listen, I need to get to therapy. I am post stroke. You think they call me back faster? I got a phone call with Duke doctors this week, right? I'm gonna decide. I'm going with Suge because these doctors down here, I don't know what they got going on. Then my daughter, she presented something to me, and I was like, I don't have the wherewithal to deal with all of this. So it's a number of things at play here. We got Black women who don't know how to rest because they can't rest. We got the healthcare system that is set up in a way to it's really to discourage you.
Oh
That
yeah.
because I thought about, I said, what about the people who are not in their right mind
Mm.
or who don't have anybody to advocate for themselves? What about those people? What about
Right.
those people who need help? Now, I can't drive, so I had to think long and hard about whether I was going to let the people come get the car because
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
when I'm gonna be able to be at least to drive. I'll be paying for the car to sit there. And I'm like, well, that don't make sense. Oh, they're like, oh, your credit, this and that. Child, I'm going someplace else, so I don't deal with credit.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is that we got to do better as Black women. We have to do better. Um, you know, now when I'm hyper vigilant, every pain. Oh, what's that? What's that from? Because we gotta be that way. Because nobody is coming to save us.
Right.
We might, I mean, and some of us may have loving, adoring partners, but most of us don't.
Right.
And even we gotta start waiting for opportunities to happen to us and be the opportunity. But
Right.
because nobody's coming. I'm sorry to say that we've been sold a lie. We've been sold, you be a good girl, you be nice. I'm not married. Shaka. Shaka's not married. Who else not married
No.
on here? Janice. Well, she's married. I don't know, Diane Skinner or T. I know your husband passed away. You know what I mean? Like for those of us who don't have strong support system, what do we do?
Yeah.
Because I told my daughter, if something happens to me, where are you going to live? Who's going to take care of you? Because it's just me. I don't know
And
if she.
this
Go ahead.
time to be this time to get on with life. And because now look, I'm a stylist, 12 years. I've seen hundreds of women at different stages of life. I don't have a lot of young women, so mostly I have women over 50, all the way up to 80, and not to knock the beauty of having a partner, whatever way you have a partner. The reality of some of us, we don't have that, or it just didn't kind of pan out. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that, because a lot of us are committed to being in alignment with what's right in our life. And until the divine male collectively get it together,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm not saying it's all their fault, but just the times that we're in, the dynamics are different. If you look at the facts and statistics about our, I like African American men. I love our men, but there's some things they need to get it together for real. So the creativity, my energy of being able to create so much, I just realized I'm redirecting some of that energy there and let beauty and love come through my creativity. Now, not that I don't have connection with divine male, but I have to remind them, look, we the prize. Okay? We the prize. And so I'm gonna keep myself feeling good. I have to speak to myself and myself to kill, because I never know in my pathway of creativity that when I'm gonna meet, but that's not the first thing on my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
also it impacts our mental wellness. There's a lot of women, you know, have to adjust their mental wellness because of that recording that's in there that says you must have a man. Yeah. That's a whole nother subject. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing right here. But it's about
Mm-hmm.
women taking care of ourselves, what we speak, and ourselves, all parts of all the little girls that we have inside of us, the one that yearns for a partner, one that
Mm-hmm.
the one that says you got to work hard and wear ourselves out. We're in a new time frame, a new time. Things are accelerating fast. And I have more time behind me at 67. My avatar turned 67. Me. I'm in the avatar. Me, child of God, inside this body. And the body, my knee is saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, instead of saying I need to get back into movement, and I get a lot of joy out of the creativity. I get a lot of joy of interacting and having this type of support. I get a lot of joy of others to say, wow, if you're able to do that, maybe I can, right? I get a lot of joy joy starts to shine from you. Eventually, I
Mm-hmm.
believe I will attract. I attract, I don't chase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And actually, anyway, I'm gonna go there on another time. But
Well, look, I'm gonna celebrate you because this is a year. It's been almost a 1 year
yeah.
that Wanda has embraced AI.
Mhm.
And it was from a post that I made from
Yep.
AI. And she called me. She said, I'm curious, but I don't know. And
Uh-huh.
that kicked it off.
That's it.
Listen,
Mm.
Wanda's been kicking butt and taking names, okay? She do things that I don't even do in AI with AI. And but that's the power of what we do, the power of us um talking to people that's our age and older, saying, hey, it's not so late for you. Why are you afraid? And getting to the bottom of why they are afraid.
Yeah.
People need to see representation, right? Representation is important, whether it's art, whether it's what, no matter what it is. We need to see ourselves. We need to see that somebody that looks like us has done it already.
And gone through the things that we each have a pattern that matches someone else.
Mm-hmm.
The Mia, I cannot say enough. And I know the seeds that she has planted, the storehouse about to bust loose. It's going to bust
I
loose.
could.
I speak about her all the time to my clients, to back and forth, in and out. I said, I got to check with my AI coach. This is what I learned, okay? Run this by. So all of this time has been practiced, and now my nervous system is feeling good about taking the baby steps. When babies eat, we feed the baby with the baby spoon, and they take the applesauce in, they spit a little bit out because they only take a little bit at a time. Then there's gonna be a time where the baby can eat meat. We're like that. You can't just jump from out the womb all the way over to the banquet table. Some people can, but I give accolades to my dear sister friend who we knew each other years in another career. I felt I could trust her to tell me the truth about it. And she knew that I was a multi creative and could meet me, at the crossroads to get me interested through what I'm already doing and how I'm wired. And the discussion we had while I was driving, going back and forth, and I'm talking to her. I went to the Chinese place, whatever. I'm still tuned in and say, okay. After we had the conversation, she said to do three things. Step one, chat GPT. Step two, I'm gonna send you a GPT about how to do an ebook. Step three, hit me back when you're done. Within hours, I created my first ebook, the Signs of the Universe, and I was elated, not with the final product, but that I worked through getting into ChatGPT, uploading it as a Word document or whatever I did, PDF. And I was saying it to myself the way I said, I did it, I found it. Oh, wow. So what happened was 80% mindset.
It was mindset. That's right. I
It was
had to talk her. I
mindset.
had to talk her out that thing, boy.
You did. Then when she said, okay, now what are you doing with your art? And then she said, you can make a series. I said, what you talking about, Wilson? Some of the old people know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about, Wilson? And then she took my favorite art piece and uploaded it and showed me how to create. Oh, that was it. I was making images 24/7. I be calling her, girl, I ain't sleep yet. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
So
but everybody on
that's
this
what happened.
call know that when you knew, you decided and you be down the rabbit hole. And she was
Yeah,
down the rabbit hole. she was down the rabbit hole.
I
I,
wasn't getting no sleep. And see, that has to do with, the world want to label us in our personalities. I know, according to the world, that I probably have ADHD. But let me tell you, I rephrase everything. I done came up with an acronym that's more positive that represents ADHD. Okay, I relabel everything, but that motivates me. So learning how you're wired, what best works. Is my time better in the morning? Go to ChatGPT. Look, my personality. You know, I'm one that gets into astrology and different types of natal charts and stuff. I put all that up in there, and I
Mhm.
said, look, this is a project I want to work with. Give me a plan. But I've also had to tell ChatGPT, don't give me too much because you keep offering other stuff, and then then I'm off to the left again, and that's where I get lost.
That's where personalization and there's a well, those of us who are in DCT, there is a something in DCT. There's a prompt in DCT, a system prompt that Misha gave us to have Chat GPT always ask us questions to make sure that they know what we're talking about or what we want, blah blah blah. It's somewhere in DCT. So those of us who are part of DCT, if you have not personalized and gotten your GPT to the place where it asks you clarifying questions, it breaks down the problem for you. Go and look for it. And it may be in some other communities too, but I know for sure there was DCT. There was a prompt for it. And that's to say this also. I don't care what community you're a part of. All it matters to me is that you're moving the needle of your life. It does not matter to me whether it's Misha's group or Dean's group, whoever. It does not matter to me. I want to know, and we should all, everybody on this call, should be enjoying the fruits of our labor, period. So if we got 20 records that's out here, we should be enjoying the fruits of our labor. No more is it time for us to be waiting for things to happen. We are the thing that needs to happen. Whatever that looks like for you. Whether that's telling the grown people in your life, the grown be grown by themselves. Yeah. Go do that. My daughter 10 years old. What she can do for herself, she does it for herself. Cause I quit. I quit on that. If she don't know how to do it, I'll show her how to do it, or I do it for her. So until she can do it for herself, because what I am not going to do, I am not going to allow other people to put other people's feelings on top of mine. Like someone called me yesterday, my sister-in-law, she called me and said my brother had checked himself into the hospital for suicidal thoughts. And I am truly, truly, truly upset for my brother. However, my brother has told me on several occasions that he does not want to take the medicine that the people gave him, or he doesn't want to go to the doctor. Well, there's two minds of thought here. If you wanted to, you would. If you wanted to kill yourself, you kind of would. But that's a cry for help. So he's crying out for help. The wife is there. I don't get into the type of relationship they got because I don't know. I don't want to know. Or I knew, and when I'm the person that I will say what everybody's thinking, but then the people be mad at me. So I don't say nothing. I don't get involved. But I told her, I said, I called him for his birthday. He's mad at my parents. I said, I can't do nothing. I said, in fact, I was going to spend Christmas with you guys. But I put my brother and my sister-in-law in a group chat and nobody said nothing. Because I asked a question. Nobody answered me. So I took that to mean, well, you don't want me to come. Then I got sick. I can't come. I can't visit anybody. So my car is still in Virginia. That's I mean, that's not been the priority for me. But my priority is getting somewhere to get somebody's help. But that is not the priority for me. So I told her, I said, well, my brother knew that my parents were calling. I mean, they were coming here. And I gave him the same invitation that I gave them. He didn't want to take it. So my point of bringing it is to say that if we wanted to, we would. If we want to be the better, we would. We would be better. So I'm learning how. I have to learn how to be better. I got to learn that aches and pains mean something. I got to learn that I'm not the only one that live here. I'm not the one that messed up the kitchen. I'm not the one, I have to learn how to do those things. I have to learn to stand. Like I went to the store yesterday. I was only supposed to get some money orders, right? But being the mama that I am, I went, oh, so and so needs cereal. So and so needs this, so I need this, so the house needs this. I overdid it. I left with 2 bags full of stuff. Well, it was multiple bags inside 2 bags. Say, right? I said to myself, oh, play too much. Should have just went there for the what I went there for. And the rest, Could have been delivered here. It We could have got it here some other kind of way. So that's me learning. When you go to the store, when you leave this house and you say this is what you're going to want, you go get that. And that's it. Period. Because I started getting her a toy for Christmas. And I said, oh, I don't want nothing else. I gotta fuss about being on the floor. Yeah, nix that. We're not gonna get that. So I came home. I came home and I did not do that. So I'm having to learn how to parent different. I don't spank my daughter. I'm not gonna spank her, but I will quit. I will quit doing some things. And then I will say, well, how'd you like that? Did you like that? Okay. You didn't like that. Well, this is how to not have that happen again. So I'm, even though, so part of therapy, what therapy looks like for me is learning how to use both hands. Because now, surprisingly, the left hand looks more legible than right hand, which is funny to me. So everything I write with my right hand. I can't. Now this might be TMI. Let me stop the recording right here. Hold up. This might be TMI, but